Good morning, I'm Claire Murphy. Welcome to the Solo Bureau. Look, I know we're not big on the celebrity stuff over here. You all told me in no uncertain terms that celebrity news is not high on your priority list, and I do absolutely really appreciate that. But there's a wedding supposedly happening this weekend, and it has the internet sleuths frothing at the bit to nail the location, the guest list, the wedding party, the reception venue, the honeymoon details, and what exactly was in that NDA that all the guests had to sign. Yes, the Taylor Swift Travis Kelce nuptials are reportedly happening this weekend in New York, and we have a friend of the show dropping by to tell us everything she knows. But of course, we need to find out what's been happening while you were sleeping first. It's Thursday, July 2. Former TV host Karl Stefanovic has also lost his radio gig, ARN deciding to cut his role in the show alongside Eddie Maguire. The 3-hour program that airs on ARN's Pure Gold network every Friday was only 2 episodes in when Stefanovic published an episode of his podcast interviewing far-right activist Tommy Robinson. The criticism hasn't been with Stefanovic speaking to the controversial figure, but that he failed to challenge any of Robinson's statements and seemed to be in full support of his ideology, leading to Stefanovic sacking from the Today Show on Channel 9 and now losing his reported $200,000 radio contract. Stefanovic was set to interview British TV personality Piers Morgan on his podcast, but the news broke of his sacking right before the chat, Morgan turning the tables on his interviewer.
Are we just going to pretend that we're going to now do the interview we were going to do, where you were going to interview me about life after morning shows? Because it does seem a bit ridiculous, Karl, because literally in the last few hours, you've just been fired. What has happened?
Morgan asked how Stefanovic felt about being fired, and he explained that it's painful, but I'm not going to stop, we'll move on, saying there's part of me that feels free to really have my own freedom. He said he thinks Aussies feel unheard and there's a lot dividing the community, so he just wants to get busy. The Royal Commission into Anti-Semitism has heard that social media platforms remove only a fraction of hate speech, and AI is making it worse. Andre Oberle from the Online Hate Prevention Institute told the inquiry that X removed just 24% of posts flagged as being anti-Semitic. Dr. Oberle accused the platform's owner Elon Musk of fueling hate against Jewish people. Reddit performed even worse, only taking down 17%. Other platforms performed slightly better, YouTube, LinkedIn and Telegram removing just over 40%, TikTok deleting 62% and Facebook 54%. Dr. Oberle says AI is presenting new challenges, with people now able to upload huge volumes of new anti-Semitic content quickly. The roof of a tutoring centre in the city of Lahore in Pakistan has collapsed, killing at least 14 children. There are reports that there are other children still trapped under the rubble. A senior police official says the tutoring centre was in an ageing building where the roof of an unfinished second floor collapsed due to poor construction quality. The owner of the centre and another person have now been arrested. Lethal Weapon star Danny Glover has revealed that he's been diagnosed with Alzheimer's and has been living with the condition for several years. Speaking to the US Today Show, the 79-year-old, whose line from the movie he starred in alongside Mel Gibson, "I'm too old for this shit," is iconic, explained that he was diagnosed around the same time he was given an honorary Oscar in 2022.
I'm sure as it advances, things are going to be different and changing.
He says the support of his family was getting him through, his daughter saying it was important for him to still speak for himself on his own terms. Canada has become the first new country to join Eurovision since Australia in 2015 and will compete in 2027. The event will be held in Bulgaria next year, with Canada competing in the semi-finals on their debut. Despite the title leading us to believe that only European countries are involved, Eurovision actually is extended to members of the EBU, a broadcasting alliance that included services like the SBS, which is what allowed us to join. Canada's CBC Radio Canada announced their membership last month, making them now eligible to compete. Former AFL footballer and coach James Hird has reportedly put himself in the running to return to the senior coaching position at Essendon, despite leaving the job under a cloud of scandal. Hird, who played 253 games for the club, winning 2 premierships and a Brownlow medal, left in 2015 after having coached the team for 4 seasons. He was suspended for 12 months in 2014 for his role in the club's supplement controversy, which saw the club run a secretive and poorly documented supplements program that led to 34 players being reported for using a banned substance. They'd been administered unregulated peptides, amino acids and vitamin injections, despite being warned that peptides were in the same category as steroids. Hird returned in 2015 only to resign a month into the season. The board had concluded that they could not move past the scandal as long as he remained in the position. Hird made it clear just hours after Brad Scott was sacked in May that he would be keen to return. That's it for the top stories today, team. If you're off, enjoy your Thursday. If you are hanging into the end, we're getting into the lowdown on the wedding of the year, nay, maybe the decade, perhaps even the century, as Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce take over New York. On July 8, 2023, Kansas City Chiefs tight end Travis Kelce attended Taylor Swift's Eras concert at his NFL team's Arrowhead Stadium. He'd made her a friendship bracelet. You know the ones. Every Swiftie has them. They sometimes have Taylor's name, some words of affirmation or era-related terms, but not Travis. No, his had his phone number on it. He told his brother Jason on their podcast New Heights that he was sad that he didn't have the opportunity to give it to her. That info was picked up by another podcast, Calm Down with Aaron and Carissa. A clip of the show went viral, telling Taylor that Travis was actually a really nice boy and that she should definitely give him a go. Now, whether Taylor heard that advice or not, we don't know. But what we do know is that not 2 months after that concert, amid a sea of rumours, Taylor Swift turned up at Travis Kelce's game. The media went wild. There were opinion pieces galore and a bunch of haters who were mad that a girl dared to take the camera's spotlight on game day. The reality was that her attendance at that game and others in the future is believed to have directly financially benefited the National Football League to the tune of $330 million. Now, Travis Kelce's team would go on to win the Super Bowl that year, while Taylor was doing her own thing, dominating the entire globe on her Eras tour, creating actual earthquake activity with the number of fans at her stadium performances. Travis even performed a cameo at one of her shows. In August 2025, Taylor Swift makes her first appearance on Travis and Jason's podcast, announcing the release of her Life of a Showgirl album. And then, just 10 days later, they simultaneously release pictures on their socials of Travis on one knee asking Taylor to baby just say yes. Okay, I apologise. I promise I will not do another single Swift song reference. Since then, fans and celebrity journalists have been spending time breaking down the where, the when, the how and the who of the Swift-Kelce nuptials, which from all reports are happening at Madison Square Garden in New York, Friday local time, so Saturday afternoon for us here in Australia. Now, please note, the title of our guest's social media and newsletter uses a word that those dealing with mental health conditions might find ableist. Karen Donnelly is the creator of Things I'm Obsessed With and Books I'm Obsessed With. You can find a link to her amazing Substack in the show notes. Karen, welcome to the Solo Bureau.
Hello, thanks for having me.
Okay, let's get down to it. I've got a list of things that I've heard about this wedding. You've got a list of things you've heard about this wedding. Obviously, none of it is confirmed. We don't know if any of it is true. It could be, though, so we're going to tell you a little bit about it. Can we start with the venue, Karen? Because from all reports, it is happening this weekend at Madison Square Garden.
Yes. So it seems like it's happening at Madison Square Garden. The streets are blocked off. The paparazzi have photographs of like a giant castle being erected in the venue. Apparently it's a fairy tale theme, so it seems like it's either happening there or it's the greatest diversion tactic of all time.
Which it very well could be. They could be, I've heard a little rumour that they're married already.
That's true. This could all be like we're all looking at this and they're off somewhere else having their honeymoon.
Can we talk about that venue staff, though, because I have heard so much about the poor employees that are having to set this up, this giant castle inside Madison Square Garden. Apparently there's like a full garden being planted essentially inside the venue too. I've been hearing like they have to wear a wristband at all times to identify them as an employee in case someone tries to sneak in. They've undergone like added security checks, and it feels like every single person even vaguely related to this wedding has signed an NDA.
Yes, yes, I've heard that every guest has had to sign an electronic NDA. No one's allowed to have a phone. It's like a 3-day event, and there's like no phones allowed. They all had to sign an NDA, and I think the invitations had like an official watermark on them in case someone tried to fake an invitation. I'm not sure how you would do that.
I first heard that the save the date was not done via any kind of mail or electronic. It was done verbally. Like someone had to ring every single guest and tell them to save the date so that there was no record of anything. And then the electronic invitation, what I heard was you couldn't get to the invitation until you digitally signed the NDA. So like that was at the start.
Wow.
And once you signed that, then you got to the invitation part of the thing.
I feel like they're going to a lot of effort to hide it, but she's not going to hide it from us forever. Like, this is Taylor Swift. She's going to make money out of this. Like, this will probably be the video clip for her next single or something, will be like inside the wedding. But like, it's creating such like suspense and intrigue around it.
It's pretty amazing. Also too, with that NDA though, Karen, I was listening to someone explain the NDA who's apparently knows someone who's going to the wedding. And they said that there is no monetary penalty attached to it. So if you break the NDA, you don't have to pay Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce money. I think it's more like a symbol.
You won't be in the group anymore.
Yeah, maybe you'll get kicked out of the squad. I don't know.
You'll be out of the squad, yeah. Because there are some people that aren't invited to the wedding who have been kicked out of the squad.
Ooh.
And one of them, of course, is Blake Lively.
She's not on the guest list. Okay.
She's not there. And the other one is Miles Teller and his wife. Apparently they've had a falling out with Taylor Swift.
Interesting. Do we know who is? I'm presuming Selena Gomez is on the guest list.
Yes, apparently, and this is obviously all rumours, Selena's in the bridal party with Gigi Hadid and Zoe Kravitz.
Oh, yeah. So she's engaged to Harry Styles. So I'm guessing he will be there also.
Yes, but he's not going to be there.
Oh, he's not going to be there.
Apparently he can't make it.
Imagine saying I can't make it to Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce's wedding.
Yeah. I guess, did they used to date though?
Oh, did they?
I feel like they might have dated.
I mean, that is entirely possible. So I've also heard a few other things. I've heard that also on the guest list is potentially Prince William and Princess Kate, the Prince and Princess of Wales, because they are buds.
Yes, I've heard that they're not going though.
Yeah, well, I did just see Princess Kate climb a mountain and Prince William is off doing something else. So I feel like that's not aligned in the calendar for them.
And I feel like it's more of if any royals are going, it's going to be Prince Harry and Meghan Markle.
Of course, they have been quite close since they moved to the US, haven't they? Although, isn't Harry supposed to be in the UK? Or is he not left yet? Maybe he'll leave after this weekend because he was taking Meghan and the kids over to the UK for a few days.
Oh, that's right. Well, maybe it's after this.
Okay, we'll have to keep an eye on that. Other things I have heard. The National Guard was spotted at Madison Square Garden in the last few days.
That's amazing.
They have since released a statement saying they have nothing to do with wedding security. Also, apparently the FBI is there to make sure everyone is safe.
So there's no assassin plot.
Yeah, maybe. I wasn't aware you could hire the FBI for wedding security, but I guess if you're Taylor Swift,
Me either.
that's on the cards. And also there's some really amazing performances. Have you heard about who's supposedly performing at this wedding?
No, I haven't actually.
Okay, Stevie Nicks and Tim McGraw.
Oh, okay, that's amazing.
That is very cool. I mean, Stevie Nicks performing at your wedding would be like icing on the cake. And speaking of cake too, I don't know anything about the cake, but I know something about the food.
Okay.
I've heard she's having a buffet. Like, it's not a sit-down kind of formal affair. It feels like...
No, because she likes to be a bit of a woman of the people, remember?
She does. She likes to be in the
She's
crowd.
got those country roots. Yeah.
Of course. I guess too, it won't just be like, some fried rice and a bain marie. I'm presuming it's very fancy buffet.
a little bit fancier than, your local cruise.
Yeah, I mean, nothing against Friar Rice and a Bay Marie. I am actually quite a fan, but I'm presuming it's going to be like fancy stations. Do we know anything about a prenup between these two?
We don't, but I reckon there'd definitely have to be one.
I know that there was a lot of talk in the start of their relationship. People who didn't have an understanding of who Taylor Swift were like, oh, she's a gold digger. And people went, excuse me, sir. I feel it's the other way around. Yes. If
I know,
anything.
but I'm not entirely convinced this isn't a showman's. So
Really?
I think that she's really dedicated herself to the bit now, and she's
like she just can't pull out now.
She can't pull out because I feel like Taylor is either everybody's loving Taylor or they're not. And at the moment we're in a period where everyone's a little bit more iffy about Taylor. So I think, a little royal wedding is great to rehab the old reputation.
Oh, I totally disagree, Karen.
Do you?
I
You think
do.
it's love?
I feel like just the way this all kind of came about, and Travis Kelce seems like a pretty genuine bro, and they're like, she's so enmeshed with the family. Like, it feels nice, and it looks like they actually genuinely really like each other. And whenever you see them out and about, like, they just seem comfortable in each other's presence. Like, it doesn't feel like they're putting on a show. And when they do stuff, like when he was up on stage during the Eras tour and stuff, like, he's a bit of a cheese. And I reckon she loves that because, like, he had a reality TV show a while back. Cheesy as hell.
That's true. And she's cheesy.
She's a little cheesy too. And I think they're so aligned like that, just from an outsider's perspective, obviously. But I reckon this is true.
Plus, we need something to believe in at the moment.
We really need something to believe in, Karen. So I refuse to have you burst my Travis Kelce Taylor Swift bubble today. Is that all we know? I know that there's apparently 1,000 guests.
1,000 guests. So there's a rehearsal dinner with 100 people, I think, on the Friday night, they're thinking. And then the big ceremony and reception on the Saturday with 1,000 people. And then the Sunday's the 4th of July. So I'm assuming they'll probably have something else happening on that day.
She's a bit of a fan of the 4th of July, isn't she? She often posts photos with her squad, her people, at some lovely lakeside residence. So maybe there's a little significant moment for her doing this.
Yeah, I think it's an interesting... And they are America's sweethearts.
They
so
are.
They're getting married on the 4th of July weekend. Like, it's very... I'm telling you.
That's super aligned. I can't wait to see in the aftermath of this wedding, you know how someone always breaks down the mythology behind like the dates and the times and the number of things, and like
because it'll all mean something, because all of this, I reckon, will be the theme of the next album.
Oh, okay, I'm going to hold you to that. Next time we check in will be when Taylor Swift releases her next album, okay?
Okay.
Karen, thank you so much. I'll put a link to your newsletter in my show notes so people can read what you are into this week. Thank you.
Excellent. Thank you.
Thanks for the hang today, team. I just want to clarify something that I said yesterday that confused a few of you. I said that downloads were down a little for the show because people are out of routine and on school holidays already in Victoria, Queensland and the Northern Territory. People out of their normal commute listening routines. Now, when I say downloads, I mean downloads and streams. So you don't have to download the show to count towards the numbers. I'm so sorry if I panicked you into thinking you were not contributing correctly. You are podcasting just fine. You are 100% doing it correctly, which I very much appreciate. Also, just realised Tasmania's already done their winter holidays already. They went back to school this week. Is that to coincide with Dark Mofo? God, I hope so. Have a great day, folks. I'll catch you tomorrow.